Hi there, Kaylin and Christopher Raphael here.
We're sitting in beautiful San Miguel de Allende, one of our favorite places, in El Jardín, which is the center of the city here.
It is a beautiful morning and it's sunny and we're enjoying it before the rain comes.
That's right. Do you know what the Fifth Agreement is?
We're going to be talking to you about that real soon. Although first, let's talk a little bit about Don Miguel Ruiz, who is the author of the Fifth Agreement and the Four Agreements, and who is a Toltec Nahual that we had as a teacher.
That's right. We'll talk a little bit about our experience with Don Miguel because it's a lot of fun. Hey everybody. So the Fifth Agreement is a new book Don Miguel Ruiz just put out. It's a sequel to his book called The Four Agreements, which has been on the best New York Times selling list for over 7 years now. We met Don Miguel over 12 years ago, and at that time it was we had some wonderful experiences. What Don Miguel would do would he often visit private homes in the Los Angeles and sometimes San Diego area where he lived in San Diego. And he would just give talks and talk to people. It was very informal. And everybody had a wonderful time because he just exuded love. You know, most spiritual masters, he's known as what Toltecs call the Toltec Papa Nahual. Nahuals all carry a certain essence. A Nahual is a master. A master carries a certain essence. And one of Don Miguel's essences that he carries is love. And just being with Don Miguel was always such a wonderful experience, just full of love. Shortly after we met Don Miguel and we spent time with him, and for several months, every time, you know, he usually do talks in a week or every 2 weeks. We decided to go with him to a power journey to Teotihuacan in Mexico. Teotihuacan is one of the, actually it's probably about the third largest pyramid in the world, and it's one of the biggest pyramid sites in the world. It's an amazing place, very powerful place. We had an amazing experience there, and Don Miguel actually married Kaylin and I at Teotihuacan.
And Don Miguel was a really wonderful teacher because in my experience, he was such a mellow man. And what I mean by that is most people are running around, rushing, trying to get things done. And he wasn't. You know, he was really in his flow. He really let life come together. And he really practiced so much of what he preached. And so it was really wonderful. I was able to look at him and see what it looked like in motion, what different principles look like in motion. For example, one of them is his new Fifth Agreement. It was really wonderful to see him living it. I'm the kind of learner that does best by really understanding more than the mental concept, because mental concepts we can all understand. We all know English, we all understand the language, so we can comprehend what's being said. But to really comprehend the content and to really understand how to live something is so different. And that example was really priceless to me. It was a wonderful gift. So I really cherished the time that we spent with Miguel. I really cherished being able to look at him and understand what it was like not to be in a hustle and bustle kind of mode, and to be more connected with that flow, with your source, to be more connected with life, and to have a comprehension with life so that he knew how to make life work by working with life. And so many people try to make life work by working hard, by trying to make things happen, by trying to do things that we can't really do because we can't really control life. So it really is about working with life. And some of those gifts were just wonderful.
Often Don Miguel would talk to his apprentices, and there was a phrase that he would say many times. He would say, "Don't believe me." And then he would say, "Don't believe anybody else." And then he would say, most of all, "Don't believe yourself." And those profound words have now become, he's coined that, the Fifth Agreement. And they're very powerful words. They're actually a fundamental of the Toltec path. Whenever you have a belief, you're wearing colored glasses. So, there's an earthquake. A person with very strong fundamental Christian beliefs may think that that's the world coming to an end, God's judgment. A person with very strong scientific beliefs may believe that, oh, that's just due to certain fault lines and this and this and that. A native of a certain ancient culture may see it as an earth sign, a sign from the earth. Whatever it is, your perception is shaped by your beliefs. And all you really perceive is through the eyes of your belief system, which may or may not have anything to do with what is. So one of the first steps on the Toltec path, and why this is such a powerful agreement, is that in order to us to live our dream, our new dream, we have to know what's real and what's not real, what's fabricated, what's conditioned, because most belief systems are just given to us through conditioning, or what Toltecs call domestication. And when we can eliminate our beliefs, we see clearly. And when we see clearly, we can connect then to our authenticity, who we truly are. And when we connect to the bigger part of who we are, our life takes on purpose, and even deeper than purpose, it takes on meaning. And then we truly co-create a divine life, fulfilling our purpose in this life, and life flows to us. So in essence, that's the fifth agreement.
I feel like one of my gifts as a spiritual teacher or life coach is the ability to take material deeper or further. So one thing that I'd like to tell you that I see in the fifth agreement, in addition to what Chris has talked to you about, is that the fifth agreement helps us to start to look at the difference between what we believe and what we know. Because what you believe consists of the things you've been taught, the things you've been told, the things you hear. It's sort of that you can't believe everything you hear on TV kind of thing. And you can't. And there's a huge distinction between what you believe, what you've been told, or what you've come to believe, and what you know. And one beautiful thing about a spiritual path is that you come to live by the things that you know. So for example, when people tell you that there is life beyond death, that there is some sort of God out there, well, to believe those things is one thing. But as you meditate and as you get deeper on your path, you come to know it. You just know it's true. You just come to have the experiences that tell you that it's true. And those experiences, that knowingness, becomes something totally different. And that, to me, is the real gift in the fifth agreement. Because we all experience everything in our own way, and that's my experience. Because in my life, what I've come to know and what I've been told have been so different sometimes that they can be like night and day. And often, when we know something, we're more in our flow, and we have a better flowing life. Life flows with us, things work out things work out for us, we feel better, and we just know that we're connected. And that is a wonderful place to be. So start to become aware with the fifth agreement of what you believe and what you know, and start to discern between the two so that you can come to rely on your knowingness. Thanks for sticking with us through the video.
Yeah, that's right. And I wanted to just conclude this by really letting you know that, this stuff is more rewarding than you could ever imagine. This stuff works. Kayla and I are living our dreams. We've been living it for a number of years now. And I can't tell you just how wonderful life is. You know what we'd like you to do? This video will be on a page where you can actually, if you haven't already, and I know a lot of you have, but if you haven't already, if you put your email address down, we have lots of new videos coming. Everywhere we travel around the world, we bring them to you. And if you'd like to have that, please let us know, and we'll notify you when the next one comes.
Because one of our dreams is to be able to connect with you and to be able to share this so that your dreams can come true. Because as more and more of our dreams come true, the world becomes a much better place.
That's right. So here's to living in your flow. Love and light from K2.